Hi everyone, welcome back to the GIS Hub. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning about Model Builder, and it's a brand new video, and if you are new to this concept, then this tutorial is perfect to you. While learning this tutorial on Model Builder, you will be doing a simple project. For that, I have two types of data in my screen. You can see there is one data of hospital and another is of school, and the data are downloaded from OpenStreetMap, and it's for Pokhara region of Nepal. And we'll be doing certain buffer and clip analysis, so we'll find out the schools that are within 500-meter buffer of hospital. And by the end of this video, you will know how to open Model Builder, add tools, connect them, and run the model as well. And this tutorial will be very simple. There will be no coding, no complicated steps, and it will be just clean and simple workflow. So let's start with Model Builder. So before going into the Model Builder, let's actually run or know what is Model Builder. So talking about it, it is like a visual recipe for your GIS analysis. So instead of running tools one by one and manually clicking through menus, you can just drag tools onto canvas and connect them like a flowchart. So if you go to the Google and search Model Builder, or you can search Model Builder in ArcGIS Pro, you can see like a lot of uh, let me go to the also Model Builder in ArcGIS Pro is a visual programming environment that allows you to automate. So the basically uh, why we're using Model Builder is that we want to automate the spatial analysis. We don't want to do step by step, or every time we do the same step. We want to automate it, and data management workflow without writing a code as well. So if you look at the image as well, you can see a lot of this type of graphs, uh, uh, some boxes, some oval shaped size, some square shaped size, and different color as well. And we'll see what this color and box represent while going through the Model Builder. We'll learn about it as well. So without any delay, let's get into the ArcGIS Pro. I already said I have two data of hospital and school, and I have already connected my folder from here. So I have this folder Model Builder in ArcGIS Pro, and I have two data, uh, hospital and school. So it was one data, one analysis that I already did earlier, but I'll do it again. And if you want the data, I have given the link to the data in the description. You can check out from the description if you want to do with the data that I'm currently working with, or you can just have your data by yourself and you can check with that as well. And let's go to let's go to analysis, and then in the analysis you can see a option of Model Builder over here. Just click on Model Builder and you will see a blank canvas. You won't have anything at the beginning. The only thing, it will be like a blank. And then the first step is, since we are going to find out the buffer zone and then the schools that lies within the buffer zone, we can do that by clipping the schools within that buffer zone. The first step is we want to find out the buffer zone of the hospital, so we'll drag this hospital over here. And earlier I said about different colors and different uh, shape of the boxes in Model Builder. So if you see here, you can see different colors. So let me show you with this. Okay, so this one's great. And if you see over here, you can see the input, usually it's in blue color and it's oval shaped, and the processing tools like clip, buffer, and anything other, it's mostly on square and it's yellow color, and the output, it's green and oval. So it was earlier in ArcGIS Pro version and ArcGIS desktop version, but I have the latest version of ArcGIS Pro, so it's a bit different than the previous one, but the work is the same, and the color it will be same, but depending on the version, the shape might change. So after that, what we have to do is we'll go to geoprocessing tool and search for buffer. So after searching for buffer, you can directly bring this buffer, so click on this and drag over here. And after that, so if you look at the buffer, so as I said earlier, so this one's a bit oval shaped and this one is square shape, or you can say rectangular shape. Similarly, you can see over here as well, this one is a bit rounded on the edge and it's completely rectangular in shape. So this way you can differentiate what's input, output, the tool that we're using. And after this, we'll click on hospital and then drag one arrow over this buffer. And since hospital is the input feature for this geoprocessing tool, so we'll select this as an input feature and then double click on buffer, and I want to save this hospital class, sorry, output on my folder that I have already connected. So the folder is over here. So if you have already folder connection, you can just click on the project and then folder, and you can see the connected folder over here. And I'll go to this and then I'll write this as my hospital buffer 500 meter, and then I'll select it as a linear unit and then change the unit to meters and then give the value of 500. So it will give me the buffer of 500 meter. So the first part of buffer is completed. Now we have to bring the school over here, so we can bring it just below the hospital so that it looks a bit systematic. And then we'll search for clip and then drag the click on the side of school over here. So for the clip, we'll have two types of input. One is the input that we want to clip, and another is the input from which we want to clip, the layer, I mean the area, the boundary within which we want to clip. So in this case, the boundary is the buffer of the hospital and the data that we want to clip is the school. So let's drag the school to clip, and it's the input feature or data set which we want to clip, and drag the buffer over here on the clip, and it's the clip feature, the boundary within which we want to clip the schools. And let me save, sorry, let's double click and let me save the output in my folder. So I already had one this, so I'll give at the end as one so that it's not duplicated at all, and then click save. After that, we want to validate whether the model that we have built is good enough to give us output. So I'll click on validate. So if it doesn't give any error, then the model is valid and we want to go with running the model and getting the output. So let's run the model. So without any error, we can see there's no any error. So without any error, our model has successfully run, and it has created an output on the folder where we have our we have saved our output. So we have saved this school near hospital at this folder, and here you can see the data that we have, the output that we have created through the model. So let me drag this over here. So this is the schools, and let me drag the buffer as well. So this is the buffer, and after this, let me like uh, change the color and symbology of buffer. So I won't be needing the So I'll have a bit transparent buffer, and let me change the original school color, maybe somehow a bit grayish color, so that it looks a bit faded. And for this I'll have, and this is the school color. Let's change the properties, so I'll have this as white and this as blue, so that it's a bit distinct. Okay, so out of these schools, okay, let's make a bit. Okay, so out of all of these schools, the 500-meter buffer is this, and the schools that lies within this 500-meter buffer are these. So what if like we had to do it manually? Then we had to like first create the buffer of the school and then hospital, and then clip this within the hospital. So it would have been a manual task, a lot of task. But with this model builder, we can do it, create a model and run at once, everything at once. So this is the, and this is it. So a complete model builder workflow in ArcGIS Pro, and it can be done in less than, I mean, if you look at this, it's less than 12 minutes, and we loaded the free data, built a buffer, and then clip, and found every school near hospital. And if you want to go further with this data, you can just change the buffer distance, or you can do a selection by filtering as well to find the type of school, like primary school, secondary school, and other this. So, and you can just like make the model a bit large, and you can do anything, and you can do complex project as well, like flood mapping or flood proximity, flood risk areas finding based on some raster data, elevation, and then proximity or something like that. So this is it, and if this video helped you, please hit the like button. It really supports me and my channel. And drop any comment below. If you have any comment, you can drop in the comments, and I'll reply over there. And thank you so much once again, and see you in the next one.